Good morning everyone. Welcome to my class of class 10 mathematics. Today we will cover the second chapter of class 10. The chapter name is polynomial. So let's see how it is started and what are the concepts inside it and try to understand. So let me start. So let me give the introduction. Before that let me write the name, that is polynomial. Okay, so polynomials, this is a concept already you have studied in standard 6, standard 7, standard 8, again standard 9, still it is in standard 10. So there must be some difference. Some higher concepts may be there. In the class 6 the basics, in the class 7 also the basics, class 8, 9 little bit higher concepts you have understood. Now in class 10 some extra concepts we will learn, how the algebraic part or the polynomial part are related to the graphs. Okay, so let us see. So let me give the introduction of polynomial, which or what are the different types of things or the expressions which will be polynomials and which will not be polynomials. Let us see from that. So in class 9 we have understood these basics. So I will first tell you what are the basics behind this. Suppose I am writing some algebraic expressions, x square plus 1, next x to the power 4 minus 3x square plus y plus 5. Let it be x to the power 100 minus y to the power 90. Let it be 1. Let it be 0. Let it be root x plus 1, or I can say 1 by x plus 3, or x square into 1 plus 1 by x square. So dear students, you can observe these are the certain type of algebraic expressions. Okay, so these algebraic expressions are, so here I have given you certain expressions which are algebraic expressions because these are algebraic. Why these are called algebraic expressions? Because these are containing the variables, constants, and separated by different arithmetic operation by plus, minus. Okay, here variable is there, here constant is there, they are separated by some arithmetic operation, or x, y, z. These expressions I have written maximum in terms of x and y. You can write in terms of a, b, p, y, z, any literal numbers you can use. These things you have already understood in class 6 and 7. So let us see what are the basic concept or the basic statement which was in class 9. Which part will be told as polynomial, which part will not be told as polynomial. So the basic statement was, if the power of the variables are non-negative integers, or whole numbers, non-negative integers or whole numbers. Okay, in this expression, if the power of the variable, or you say exponent, should be a non-negative integer. Non-negative integer means what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to infinite, or what number we can say. All the natural numbers including 0 as we are taking, I have also termed it as whole numbers. So in the expression, if the exponent is a whole number, if the exponent is a non-negative integer, then only it will be told as a polynomial. So let us see the first part, x square plus 1. In this x square plus 1, the power form of the x or the exponent of x is 2. So 2 is a whole number. Yes. So this is a polynomial. So I have taken tick mark. The second part, you can see the exponent is 4, exponent is 2, here exponent is 1. Okay, meaning this is 2 variable. It may be 1 variable, it may be 2 variable, but we will check only exponent. Here 4, 2, 1. Okay, so these are whole numbers. So it is also a polynomial. So what about the third one? 100, 90. 190 are also whole numbers. So this is a polynomial. Next one, 1 and 0. These are the basic things which you have already studied in class 9. This will be polynomial. Later I will discuss how these have certain power form. Next, root x plus 1. Root x plus 1. x का रूट ओवर, x का रूट ओवर मतलब सो x का रूट ओवर मतलब पावर फॉर्म क्या हो जाएगा? पावर फॉर्म चेंजेस टू x to the power 1 by 2 plus 1. Power form changes to x to the power 1 by 2 plus 1. So here 1 by 2 comes. 1 by 2 is not a whole number. 1 by 2 is rationally not a whole number because it is not negative, minus, plus or 0. Integers, non-negative integers is not satisfying that property. It is in the form of p by q. Okay. So half is not a whole number and so this is not a polynomial. Next, 1 by x plus 3. 1 by x, you can check 1 by x. So x जनरल फॉर्म टू द पावर -1 इट इज कमिंग. 1 by x मींस इसको जनरल फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करना होगा. जनरल फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो गया तो उसका पावर फॉर्म हो गया x to the power -1 और एक्सपोनेंट इज -1. So it is not a polynomial because -1 is non-negative. No, it is not. It is negative, not non-negative. Okay, it's not whole number. And the last one, which keeps the student in the most confusing state, that whether this is a polynomial or not. So before that, we have to simplify that x square into 1 x square plus x square into 1 by x square. First you have to simplify it, multiply it. X square is x square plus x square into 1 by x square. Let us cut it. Division हो गया. X square plus 1. Here I am getting that this expression, the exponent is 2. So 2 is a whole number. So this is a polynomial. Okay. So here I have tried to show you which part of the algebraic expression or what type of algebraic expressions are told as polynomials. Everything can be polynomial, but it should satisfy the property that the exponent of the variable or the power form of the variable should be a whole number. This is the basic concept of the polynomial. Okay, this was in class 9. Next. So before going to the next part, let me tell you one story which definitely expresses what a polynomial is. Okay? So the story will define what polynomial is. So the story is, there is a kingdom. Okay? A kingdom was there in which the numbers and the symbols were living. In a kingdom, who are living? The numbers and symbols. So they are living in such a way that they can dance, they can jump, they can shrink, they can run, they can increase, they can be increased in size also. Okay, they're different type of magical land. So this land was ruled by, let me tell you the name of the land. That name is Algebrania. I have just given certain names to them. That is Algebrania. The kingdom name is Algebrania. Okay, and it was ruled by a special magician queen. It was ruled by a special magician who was the queen. The name of the queen was Pauline O'Neill. Okay, I have just divided the term that the name of the queen is Pauline O'Neill, just like Kevin O'Brien name, different Ireland Irish names. Okay, so Pauline O'Neill. So Pauline O'Neill was ruling over the kingdom Algebrania. Means Algebrania was the big kingdom. A part of that was polynomial, and she was living in a castle. Okay, but she can't rule without the suggestion of the ministers or the members of that. But she has 3 members who were suggesting her in different types of works. First name of the member is Sar constant. The name of the first number, the name of the first member is Sar constant. The name of the second member is Lady linear. The name of the first one is Sar constant, second one is Lady linear, and the third one is Professor quadratic. So in the class, this can be a method of dramatization. We can call three students or four. One will act as the polynomial, one will act as the Sar constant, one as Lady linear, one as Professor quadratic. Okay. So what are their work? Are they staying only? No. Sar constant has a special work. Sar constant has a special work. And one thing was there, if they will do anything they will do, Sar constant, Lady linear or Professor quadratic, the queen will predict. The queen can predict because she was the magician. She can predict the behavior, the work or the things whatever will be done by these three. Okay. So Sar constant, what he does? What does he do? That Sar constant can say like increase by 3, add 7, subtract 5, like this. He is very easily predictable. He can tell whatever the things he can say. This can be easily predictable by the queen. That increase by 3, add 7 or subtract 5, like this. Very simple thing he does. That is the work of Sar constant. Then after Sar constant, which coming? After Sar constant coming Lady linear. Lady linear. Lady linear. So what is the work of the Lady linear? Lady linear, whatever she does, it is a little bit complicated thing because she is a lady. Okay, so as a lady, she has some complicated work. So what is that complicated work which is predicted by polynomial? The first thing, whatever the number she will think of a number and she can increase it to certain times or decrease it to certain times. Suppose she thought of a number as 5 and she increased it by 5 times, or a certain number as 7 and decreased it by half, or increased it by 3 by 2, or increased it by 7, or decreased it by whatever number you can think. So this was the work of the Lady linear. Little bit complicated, which was a little bit complicated to predict also. And the last one, and the last one is the special character, the special person which can't be predicted so easily. The toughest prediction which will be done by the polynomial for this person, that is Professor quadratic. So what happens to Professor quadratic? Now whatever he thinks of a number, it will go on increasing fast. It always goes on increasing in a less speed. First it will increase with less speed, धीरे धीरे बढ़ेगा. After that it increases at higher rate. It increases at a higher rate like a rocket. It increases at a higher rate like a rocket. Okay, so these are the works. So Lady linear was also increasing sometimes, but it is in a straight path. Lady linear increases her work also, but in a straight path. But for Professor quadratic, it is not straight. It is not straight. धीरे धीरे पहले बढ़ेगा, उसके बाद जोर से बढ़ेगा, एकदम रॉकेट की तरह. So these are the three things or the three works done by Sar constant, Lady linear, and Professor quadratic. These are the characteristics. So which will be predicted by the queen, that is polynomial. Polynomial. Okay. So one day, one girl tried to understand what is going on in this kingdom. One of the girl tried to know what is going on in this kingdom. Let us know what is going on. And the name of that girl is LJ. She visited the kingdom, she visited the castle and asked the king ask the queen that, hey polynomial, what is happening in your kingdom? Everything is behaving differently. Then polynomial told, do you want to know? Do you want to know the magic behind this? After knowing that, he will be the wizard of the magic, that is the wizard of the kingdom, that is Algebrania. So she told that whenever I get the information from three persons, are constant, maybe polynomial is getting the information for Sir constant from the lady linear and from Professor quadratic. After that, she just waved her hand like this. She just waved her hand like this and started writing something. Three parts. This is for Sir constant. This is from the lady linear. This is from the Professor quadratic. Suppose the constant, Sir constant has told, increase it by 3, she wrote it by plus 3. And lady linear has thought of a number, I don't know the number, let it be x, and increased it by 5 times. Let it be 5x. And Sir constant, lady linear, their work is formed, work is already completed, and quadratic, the little bit complication, and just thought of a number, Professor quadratic, let that number is x, let that number is x, and it increases gradually, पहले धीरे से, उसके बाद जोर से, तो let it be squared times. So sometimes you also think maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times, maybe cube, maybe to the power 4, like this. So let this work is predicted by the Queen polynomial, and then he added the information and got the expression, that is the magic of that wizard, that is polynomial. And Algae got very much astonished how the mathematical expression is coming in terms of this kingdom. So this kingdom is the only part which is developing the mathematics, which is developing the polynomial, which will definitely help us to understand what polynomial is. So what the motto behind telling this story? I have just tried to introduce this polynomial, this particular type of polynomial, through a small story, and it will be very interesting for the students to listen, very interesting for the students to ask, to act, and to draw their attention also. Okay, so this is one story to express or to introduce the polynomials. This is what type of polynomial? From class 8 we have already understood it is known as a quadratic polynomial. So how it is a quadratic polynomial? It is named as per a particular term. It is named as per a particular term. So what is that particular term told as? So let me go to the next page. That is the degree of the polynomial. Degree of the polynomial. So degree of the polynomial, how can I define it? Degree of the polynomial is very simple. That is the highest power of the variable, the highest power of the variable, highest power form of the variable, or the largest exponent. सबसे ज़्यादा exponent जो होगा वो होगा उसका degree. Let us take one example. Let it be x to the power 20 minus y to the power 30 plus 5y. So what is the largest number here among 20? Here it is 30. Here it is 1. So largest is 30. So degree becomes 30. Let us go for another one. Just one example I will say. Write a binomial in terms of, suppose the degree is 100. So binomial means how many terms? 2 terms. It is a simple thing which was there in lower class. So x to the power 100 minus 5x. So this is first term. This is second term. Binomial. Degree is 100. Very simple. So like this. Okay. We can predict the degrees like this. इसके बाद now we will go for the naming of the polynomial as per the degree. Okay, if degree of a polynomial is 1, it is known as linear polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is 1, it is linear polynomial. Example we will give after giving you the general term or a general form of the polynomial. Let me write. Then degree 2. Degree 2 means the name changes to quadratic polynomial. Degree 3 changes to cubic polynomial. Degree 4 changes to biquadratic. Biquadratic or quartic. Okay, biquadratic or quartic. Like this, degree 5, degree 6, degree 8, they have also special. So degree 1 linear, degree 2 quadratic, degree 3 cubic, degree 4 biquadratic or quartic equation. Sorry, polynomial. These are the names. So what are the different terms? Let us go to the general. So let me write the heading, that is general form of polynomial. General form of polynomial. Okay. So let me write the general form mathematically. Whatever the statement is there up to class 9. Class 9 NCERT is there also. A polynomial of variable x is written in this form. Polynomial of variable x is written in this form, that is px. अगर वेरिएबल y हो जाएगा तो py, z हो जाएगा तो pz, m होगा तो pm. Okay, polynomial of variable x and it has degree कितना? n. I don't know what is n. N may be any whole number. N may be any whole number. Okay, n may be any whole number. So the polynomial has degree n. इसका जनरल फॉर्म कैसे लिखेंगे? देखो, a naught plus a1 x to the power 1 plus a2 x to the power 2 a3 x to the power 3. Then I will go to last term. What will it be? An x to the power n. A naught plus a1 x to the power 1, a2 x to the power 2, a3 x to the power 3, a4 x to the power 4, a5 x to the power 5. Gradually, as it is degree n, so it is x to the power n. Okay? So don't get confused to remember this one, because this one will derive different types of polynomial and the general terms. And this is only true for polynomials, not for all algebraic expression. So some special things are there. What is a naught? A1, A2, A3 up to AN. So what are these? Now, these are any real numbers. You can use any real numbers. Okay? These are any real numbers. But A naught has a special name. It is the constant. In the expression, the last part is a constant. So it is a constant. A naught, the last part. Or here it is written first. Whenever I will write the general form, I will just reverse the order. Okay, so इसको याद रखना है. On the basis of the general form, we can find out the general form of different types of polynomials in terms of degree. And extra one thing is there. This x to the power, this a to the power n. A to the power n should be non-zero. A to the power n should be non-zero. A to the power n zero नहीं हो सकता है. A to the power n cannot be zero. If a to the power n becomes zero, what happens? This part vanishes. This part will vanish. Means x to the power n term will not be there. So degree changes to n minus 1. इसका previous वाला क्या होगा? n minus 1 x to the power n minus 1. The previous one will be this one. Okay. So n x to the power n is okay. If n becomes 0, then this total part vanishes to 0. This total part vanishes to 0. So the degree changes to what? n minus 1. Which is not required here. The degree is n. So let it be non-zero. So this is the general form of the polynomial. Okay. So from this general form of the polynomial, we will derive the names just in the previous slide it was there. That is linear, quadratic, cubic and biquadratic. Let us see. So let me erase the extra part. From this general form, we will find out what are the terms of the polynomial. First one, degree is 1, that is linear. Linear means which two parts I will take. Linear means I will go up to exponent, that is 1. I will go up to exponent, that is 1, because linear means highest should be 1. So a naught plus a1x. X to the power 1 I am not writing, both are same thing. A naught plus a1x. सो इसको थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करके लिखते हैं. A0 A1 will be little bit difficult to remember. I will just change A1 to A and A0 to B. I have just changed the sign, nothing else. In the place of AB, any real number can be used. AX plus B. AX plus B. So this is the general form of a linear polynomial. This is the general form of a linear polynomial where A is not 0. Already I have told the coefficient of the highest power form should be non-zero. Your highest power form is what? X to the power 1. उसका coefficient क्या है? A. That should not be 0. First thing. Then go for quadratic. Quadratic highest power form is 2 or the highest exponent is 2. So how many terms I will take? This one will be taken, all the 3. This one will be taken, that is all the 3. That is A0 plus A1x plus A2x square. A0 plus A1x plus A2x square. Let us simplify it just like the previous one. A2 को कर दो Ax square, A1 हो गया B and A0 हो गया constant, that is C. So this is the general form of a quadratic polynomial, that is Ax square plus Bx plus C, where A is non-zero. Very simple. Okay, this is for quadratic. Let us go for the third part, that is cubic. Third one is cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial means we will go extra one term extra here, one term extra. So what are the things I will write? A0 plus A1x plus A2x square plus A3x cube. Highest is 3 cubic. Okay, so इसको थोड़ा और ज़्यादा simplify कर देते हैं. That is A3 becomes A, A2 becomes B, A1 becomes C, and the constant becomes D, A not equal to 0. So this is for cubic. Like this for biquadratic, another extra term will be added, biquadratic. So directly I am writing same thing, that is Px is equal to, you can say directly, that is Ax to the power 4, Bx to the power 3, Cx square dx plus. So this is the general form of a biquadratic. Then another 5 degree, then you can change or you can add it by 1. Okay, I am writing the general forms. So general forms, in the place of A, B, C, D, E, you can use any type of real numbers. In the place of A, B, C, D, E, you can use any type of real numbers, or any real numbers can be used, except A should not be 0. A should not be 0. A should be non-zero. Clear? These are the general forms. But these are the parts from which the assertion reasoning questions come. Assertion reasoning type question comes. So what? The question will be, what is the, it is not assertion reasoning, I am just asking the question in terms of a statement. What is the relation between degree and number of terms? What is the relationship between degree and number of terms? It means, what is the relationship between the degree of the polynomial and the number of terms of the polynomial? So let us find that. So come to the first one. You can see here degree is 1, because linear, here degree is 1, but number of terms kitna hai? 2. Here what is the degree? 2, but number of terms in the general form kitna hua? 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here degree is 3. What is the number of terms? 1, 2, 3, 4. So number of terms is 4. Here degree is what? 4. Number of terms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any and at each place you can observe the degree, whatever the degree is, the number of terms is exceeding by 1. Yes or no? If degree is 1, number of terms is plus 1, 2. Degree is 2, number of terms is plus 1, 3. Degree is 3, number of terms is plus 1, 4. Degree is 4, number of terms plus 1, 5. So you can say if degree is n, the number of terms is n plus 1. If degree is n, if degree is for the polynomial is n, then number of terms is n plus 1. But here is a special word, not number of terms. Answer should be maximum number of terms. Maximum number of terms. Okay, it means what? Maximum, this polynomial can have n plus 1 terms. It means degree is 1 means it may have 1 term or 2 terms. Degree is 2 means that is quadratic means it may have 1 term, it may have 2 terms, or it may have 3 maximum terms. Degree, similarly cubic, it may have 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms and 4 terms. Likely by quadratic it can have also 5 terms, 4 terms, 3 terms, 2 terms, 1 term. Okay, so I have written maximum number of terms is n plus 1. Degree होगा 100, तो मैक्सिमम कितना टर्म हो सकता है 101. डिग्री होगा 92, मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स कितना होगा 93. मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स इज सपोज 95. व्हाट इज द डिग्री? Decrease it by 1, 94. Clear? This is the relationship between the degree and the number of terms. This is very important for class 9 also and for class 10. So this was the basic which you should know before entering into the concept of class 10. Next, I have special two names. One is constant polynomial, one extra, and another one is zero polynomial. One is constant. I am just revising the previous part so that it will be better to understand the polynomial. Class 10 concept. Constant polynomial. Constant polynomial क्या है? Any constant is a constant polynomial. Any constant means any real number. Any real number can be a constant polynomial. Any number what is coming into your mind, half, 5, minus 3, 1 by 7, minus 1 by 4, root 2, root 5, root 7, all are constants. So these are constant polynomials. What is zero? Zero has a special name, that is zero is the zero polynomial. It has a special name. Zero is the zero polynomial. Okay, तो जीरो को ही जीरो polynomial बोलते हैं. ठीक है, as we have derived the polynomials, let us know their degree. So here degree क्या होगा? So constant polynomial means degree becomes 0. Okay, for zero polynomial degree cannot be defined, so not defined or cancel, because it is 0. You can't define a particular thing. So why constant polynomial degree is 0? Suppose I am writing 5. 5 is a constant polynomial. So can I write it as 5 into 1? Same thing, it is not getting changed. So 1 means it is the power form of x to the power 0 or y to the power 0 or z to the power 0 or m to the power 0. That is 1. So here you can see the exponent is 0 and that is the highest power of this format. That is the highest power of the constant polynomial. So the degree becomes 0. But in zero polynomial we can't say x to the power what number can be predicted. Any number can be put, the value is reduced to 0. So it is not defined. The particular value cannot be told for the the degree of a zero polynomial. Okay, so these are one mark questions. That is degree of constant polynomial is 0 and degree of zero polynomial is not defined. Degree of constant polynomial is 0 and degree of zero polynomial is not defined. This is very important. One of the question was there in 2024 board. That's the absorption reasoning question in class 10. Many of the students have done wrong. Okay, so you have to remember these two things. So हो गया डिग्री का पार्ट खत्म. उसके बाद आता है जीरो ऑफ ए पॉलीनोमियल. Zero of a polynomial. Okay, zero of a polynomial. Okay, so what do you mean by this? तो क्लास 9 में था, देखो the value of the variable, the value of the variable for which the polynomial reduces to zero. The value of the variable for which the polynomial reduces to zero. Okay, it means what? Let us take one example. Suppose I have written polynomial is 2x plus 3. What is the variable here? X. So what should be put in the place of x such that this polynomial becomes 0? What should be put in the place of x such that this polynomial becomes 0? Okay, so let us solve it. How to solve? Polynomial equal to 0 कर दो, हो गया 2x is equal to -3, x हो गया कितना -3/2. So -3/2 is the 0 of this polynomial. Simple answer. -3/2 is the 0 of this polynomial. Let us go for another higher form, that is suppose px is equal to x square minus 1. So find out its zeros also. So equate it to 0. X square minus 1 equal to 0. X, here it comes, x square equal to 1, x is equal to root over of 1. So 1 ka root over may be plus 1 or may be minus 1. Two zeros are coming. Two zeros are coming. Use 1, you will get 0. Use minus 1, you will also get 0. So the zeros are 1 and -1. इसको और एक प्रोसेस में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो. Another method to find out the zeros. So let us do it. That is x square minus 1 equal to 0. Let it be in terms of an identity. So x plus 1 into x minus 1 equal to 0. X plus 1 into x minus 1 equal to 0. So equate each part as 0. X plus 1 equal to 0. So x becomes -1. Another part, x minus 1 equal to 0. X equal to 1. So there must be one confusion coming into your mind. Sir, why have you taken x plus 1 equal to 0 one time once and x minus 1 equal to 0 again? Both can be also 0. No. So 0 into 0 we cannot say it as 0 also. Okay. So for this reason, whenever I am considering x plus 1 as 0, this is non-zero. Means x plus 1 as 0 means it has certain value. This part has certain value. Okay, this is 0 means this is non-zero. The second time it may be also 0. 0 into a is 0. A into 0 is also 0. When first term I have taken 0, second term is non-zero. Again the second term I have taken as 0, the first term becomes non-zero. Like this we have to predict or we have to go in this process. इसको 0 लेते हो तो ये non-zero होता है, इसको 0 लेते हो ये non-zero होता है. So in both the cases, what are the values of x? In one case I have got -1, another case I have got 1. So both are the zeros of this polynomial, that is x square minus 1. Clear? Are you clear about the concept? I think you are clear what the zeros of the polynomials is or are. Clear? Let us find out the zeros of other polynomials also. So there are special polynomials I have already written. I think little bit hang it is. Okay, so I know that is constant polynomial is also there. Constant polynomial, so it's 0. It's here 0 means what? 0 means one type of solution, or here 0 means this value of the variable, or we can say in terms of equation, that is roots. So here 0 means solution or the value of x, or the roots in terms of equation. When it is converted to equation, it becomes root. So constant polynomial के लिए we can't predict any zeros. So the answer becomes zeros. 0 does not exist. Okay, let me write it properly. It's looking clumsy. So polynomial 0 doesn't exist. We can't say it's constant. Polynomial is already a constant. It has a particular value. How can I find out again the zeros of the solution of that polynomial? Okay, so doesn't exist. But for zero polynomials, this is the most important part, which was in class 9, and for 10 also it is important. That is what is the zero of a zero polynomial. The answer will be zero of a zero polynomial is any real number. So any real number can be used for getting the zero polynomial. It is there in class 9. No proper certain explanation is there. Okay. For getting zero, you can use any value in terms of or in the place of variable. Okay, so it is stored as any real number can be zero to zero. Both MCQs, constant polynomial का zero क्या है? Doesn't exist. Zero पे zero polynomial क्या है? Real number. Degree of constant polynomial क्या है? 1. Degree of zero polynomial क्या है? Not. These four things you have to. So these are all the basics. Still, I have completed the basics. I have not entered into the class 10 concepts till now. So let us go to the next concept. That is the main part. What? Graphical representation of polynomials. Okay. So graphical representation of the polynomial. Let me see. Spelling sorry, okay, it's magic pen whenever I'm writing proper word. Okay, so graphical representation of the polynomial is there, quadratic is there, biquadratic is there. But in class 10, we will represent only linear and quadratic. Okay, that quadratic part is also one lab activity. We'll do the lab in the lab activity of mathematics again. Let us go for linear first. Linear polynomial. So these works you have to do in graph paper. These works you have to do in graph paper. On the graph paper. Okay. So directly if you draw it on the white paper is not looking, it will not look good. So linear polynomial we will draw. So for that we know that the general form of linear polynomial is Px is equal to Ax plus Px is equal to x plus where a is non-zero. So let me take one example of that. So let I have taken one polynomial. Px is equal to 2x plus 3. This is a linear polynomial. We will draw it on graph. But on the graph paper, one variable is not there. Two variables are coming. Two variables. One is x-axis and another along y-axis. So what to do? We will represent Px as y. That is x plus. Okay. So why it became y? Can I do it from my own? Let us understand. Suppose this is the graph on the Cartesian coordinate system. Yes. Whenever you are using any number in place of x or along the x-axis, that we are taking the value of x. Okay. So whenever I am taking the value of x here, means I am using the value of x for the expression. And later, whatever the result I will get, that will be represented in terms of y-axis. Whatever the values I am taking, that will be in terms of x-axis or along the x-axis. Whatever the value I will get, what is the value of the polynomial I will get, we will take it along y-axis. So it is termed as the input axis. It is termed as the input axis. This is termed as the output axis. So sometimes in 11th you will understand this is your domain axis, this is your range. Along x-axis you will have the domain or input, along y-axis there will be range or output. Okay, basic thing. So in the place of whatever The values you are taking, let it be along x-axis, but the result you will get, that will be along y-axis. So let us draw the graph of this given polynomial now. I hope you have understood why I have taken y. Y means output, whatever the value I will get. In class 9 we have understood that any linear equation is given, we have to find out its solutions first. Find out its solutions first. Then only we can represent it on the graph paper. So what are the solution means what? Now we will find out the x and corresponding y. Okay. So how many solutions I will take? Now your mathematical concept says that 2 points are needed to get a particular straight line. Let it be particular straight line. But to confirm for concurrence, to confirm for the collinearity, it should be it should be minimum 3. So whenever you are drawing certain graph, there should be minimum 3 points or the 3 solution. Don't go with the 2, because 2 points will never confirm whether the points are collinear or not. So let us go for 3. So process क्या है? In the place of x, you will take any of the real number and you will get the corresponding y. Okay. So let I have taken x equal to 0. So what is the value now? 2 into 0, 0 plus 3. 3. Then x की जगह लगाओ 1 लगा दो. 2 into 1, 2 plus 3, 5. Okay. Then suppose it is little bit all positive, let it be negative. 2 into minus 1. Suppose I have taken minus 1. 2 into minus 1 minus 2 plus 3, that is 1. Clear? So these are the different points for the linear polynomial. Let us try on the graph. So let us go the axis. Let it be y-axis. Let it be x-axis. Okay. Let us name them in terms of x, x dash, y, y dash. This is origin. Okay. Suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. We will take it on the graphic problem. 3, 4, 5. Then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 1, minus 5. So first point is 0, 3. Plot it 0, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is your point. That is 0, 3. Second point. 1, 5. 1. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is your 1, 5. And the third one is minus 1, 1. So this is your minus 1. This is your minus 1 and here it is 1. Let it be. This point will be minus 1 only. So I have already got 3 points. So let us join them. Let us join them by a straight line. So definitely we'll get a straight line here. Okay. Definitely we'll get a straight line here. You can see by joining all the 3 points, all the 3 points are collinear. All the 3 points are collinear. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 2. So what is my observation? In this graph, whatever the neon color light color line is there, it is intersecting the x-axis. It is intersecting the x-axis. At how many points? It is intersecting the x-axis at how many points? Now 1 point. It is intersecting the x-axis at how many points? Now 1 point. This point. Let it be P. So on the graph paper, you will see it will be the point in between minus 1 and minus 2. It will be the midpoint of minus 1 and minus 2. So that coordinate becomes minus 1 and minus 2 becomes minus 1.5, 0. This becomes the coordinate of P. On the graph paper, you will get the better result. That is minus 1.50. So minus 1.50 means minus 3 by 2 0 minus 1.50 means minus 3 by 2 0. Okay, so this is the thing. So your minus 3 by 2 is termed as the zero of the polynomial that is 2x plus 3. Okay, polynomial is 2x plus 3, so that is the polynomial, and whose 0 is minus 3 by 2, minus 3 by 2. From the graph we have understood how to get the 0 of the polynomial from the graph. Let us see whether it is correct or not. Let us find out in terms of algebraic expression, that is 2x plus 3 equal to 0. 2x is equal to minus 3, x is equal to what? Minus 3 by 2. X is equal to minus 3 by 2. So algebraically the answer is minus 3 by 2. Graphically also the answer is minus 3 by 2. It means we are correct. Clear? So how many zeros of this polynomial? Degree is 1. So maximum number of zeros is 1. Degree is 1 means maximum number of zeros is 1. Maximum number of terms is 2. So what is that maximum number of zeros? That is equal to number of point of intersection. You can see number of points of intersection. So it is intersecting which axis? X axis. Number of points of intersection on x axis is equal to number of real zeros. Number of points of intersection is equal to number of real zeros. Clear? Here it is intersecting the x-axis at only one point, so number of real zeros is also what? 1. So this is all about the linear polynomial. Okay, let us go to the next part, which is the more complicated, that is quadratic. Put the heading. We will put the heading, that is graph of quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Clear? Let us see. Okay, so general form we know the general form, I think, ax square plus bx plus x square plus bx plus x square. Let it be suppose white color, better for you to understand. So it is black. So I am taking one example, that is polynomial, that is x square minus 5x plus 6. So this is definitely a quadratic polynomial, that is x square minus 5x plus 6. So I have already told px will be taken as what? Px will be taken as y. Y is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6. So x value will be input and y will be output. Let us make one box. So as it is, it will may not be straight. Okay, just like the professor quadratic, it goes on increasing fast less and gradually increases like a rocket. So quadratic part is there. So let me find out more than 3-4 points. More than 3 or 4 points. X, y. So help me to get the answer. So in the place of x, let it be 0. Let it be 0. So this part is 0, this part is 0, answer is 6. In the place of 1, x is equal to 1. 1 minus 5 minus 4 plus 6, 2. Then x equal to suppose 2. 2 square 4 minus 5 to the 10 minus 4 minus 10 minus 6 plus 6, cancel, 2 0. Okay. Then let us use 3. Let us use 3. 3 square 9 minus 5 into 3 15. 9 minus 15 minus 6 plus 6, again 0. Put minus 1. let it be minus 1 in the place of x minus 1. So it becomes 1 plus 5. 6 plus 6, 12. A little bit larger value. Okay. Then go for 4. 4 यूज करो, 4 स्क्वायर 16 माइनस 20, ये हो गया 4, 4 स्क्वायर 16 माइनस 5 4 जा 20, 16 minus 20 equal to minus 4 plus 6, it is 2. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I have got 6 points for this particular polynomial. So let us draw the graph. Let me draw it in a better way. It will be in terms of boxes. Table. Number of rows, let it be 12. Number of columns, let it be 12. Okay. So the graph will look better with this. So now it is looking like a graph paper. Now it is looking like a graph paper. Better to understand. So I think some more boxes are needed. Let us do it with this much boxes. Straight line, color, let it be the axis. This is our x-axis. This is suppose y-axis. Okay, x-axis and y-axis I have drawn. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. This is origin. So you can name 1 2 3 4. It is very easy. Now let us plot the points. So first point is 0 6. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is your 0 6. Then comes 1 2. 1 1 2. This is your 1 2. Then 2 0. This is your 2 0. Then comes 3 0. This is your 3 0. Then minus 1 12. Minus 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So let it be minus 1 12. थोड़ा ऊपर चला गया चलेगा 10 11 12. Then 4 2. 1 2 3 4 1 2. So here these type of graphs are termed as freehand graphs. We should not use the scale to draw them. We should not use the scale to draw them. Let us join them with freehand. Freehand में join करते हैं, देखते हैं कैसा दिखता है. So join करो. यहाँ से हो गया join. उसके बाद आएगा इधर. उसके बाद आएगा इधर. So here certain curve will be there because certain points are here also. We have not calculated. Let us join them. Let us join. Like this the value is coming. Like this the graph shape is coming. By joining the points I am getting the value. Let us remove the boxes. Let us see how it is looking. Now this you can observe. You can observe without the box. Okay, you can observe without the box how the shape of the graph is looking. Okay, so this is a curve. This is not a straight line. This is a curve. This is not straight. So it is a special name. And the name of that curve is parabola. Okay, in higher class you will understand what parabola, hyperbola, ellipse. Okay, whatever the circle, many higher concept you will understand in the class 11. Let us only know this shape of the graph is known as the parabola, or this graph shape, this is curve. This curve name is parabola. So it intersects the x-axis at how many points? Intersects x-axis at how many points? 1 2. At 2 points. So 2 points. So number of real zeros, as per the previous concept, the number of real zeros is 2. I have already told the number of points of intersection is equal to number of real zeros. So number of real zeros is 2. So what are the zeros? We will see the coordinates of P and Q. Let it be P, let it be Q. P is 2 0, and q is 3 0. So what are the zeros of this polynomial? Now the x coordinates. The x coordinates are the zeros. X coordinates are what? 2 and 3. So these are the two zeros or the two real zeros of this polynomial. Two real zeros of this polynomial, that is 2 and 3. Algebraically also you will factorize them. Algebraically you will also factorize them. So 5 ऐड करने से 5 होगा, मल्टीप्लाई करने से 6 होगा. 3 and 2, let it be 3x minus 2x plus 6. So it became x into x minus 3 minus 2 into x minus 3. So it became x minus 3 into x minus 2. So you will equate it just like to 0. So once it will be 3, again it will be 2. So algebraically it is 3 and 2. Graphically also it is 3 and 2. Means we are correct. So from this graph we have understood that the number of points of intersection is 2. And what are the points of intersection? 2 0 and 3 0. Hence zeros and 2 and 3. Clear? For quadratic polynomial, maximum 2 real zeros are possible. So for this particular quadratic polynomial, what are the real zeros? 2 and 3. So this much you have to understand for quadratic polynomial and the graph. This is also one lab activity. Okay, let us extend the graph. Means different names, different situations we will understand. Remember? Okay. So let me draw different types of parabola and we will find out number of zeros. So I have drawn the Cartesian coordinate system. I have drawn the Cartesian coordinate systems. 4. I will draw different types of parabola. We will name them and also find out what are the number of zeros. Here is one type of parabola. Here is another type of parabola. Okay. Here is another type of parabola. Here is another type of parabola. So you can see different types are drawn on the Cartesian coordinate system. In the first part, it is just opening upward. It is extended infinitely. Opening upward. So it is upward parabola. इसको बोलते हैं upward parabola. पारा ने बोला ऊपर देख के, सो इसका नाम हो गया upward parabola. ये है, देखिए ये जा रहा है नीचे, सो ओपनिंग डाउनवर्ड. तो ये हो गया तुम्हारा डाउनवर्ड parabola. Whatever will open upward, it is opening that is upward parabola. Opens downward is downward parabola. Okay, so what is the number of zeros here? Just to count the number of intersections. 2 real zeros are there. Here, how many points of intersection of x-axis? This is x-axis. Only x-axis you will see, because polynomial is in terms of x. Input is in terms of x. So 2. So number of real zeros 2. Here, how many points of intersection? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But we need only x-axis. So 1, 2. 2 real zeros. Here, is it intersecting x-axis? No. So no real zeros. But it has 0. इसका solution है. But it is in imaginary. It is complex number, you will understand in class 11. इसका भी zeros है, alpha and beta are there, but they are not real. They will be imaginary numbers. So it is not intersecting the real axis, that is x-axis. Okay. This type of graph. Suppose this type of graph. This type of graph. They are not intersecting x-axis, means they have no real zeros. But they have 2 zeros, which are not real. But class 10 में नहीं है. So go for only real part. Clear? So these are the different types of behavior of the graph. So why it is upward? Why it is downward? How to know that when it will be upward and how to know when it will be downward without drawing the graph? How to know? Let us see. Suppose the general form is x square plus bx plus c. ये दिया जाएगा. This polynomial will be given to you. If this is positive, if a is positive, means coefficient of x square is positive, it is upward. If coefficient of x square is positive, it is upward. Simple. And for downward, a, that is coefficient of x square, is negative. Coefficient of x square is negative, it is downward parabola. Coefficient of x square is positive, it is upward parabola. Clear? So example ले जाते हैं. Suppose 5x square minus 7x plus 2. So देखो 5 is there, a is 5 means positive. इसका एक example ले सकते हो, minus 3x square minus 2x plus 6. Any example I am giving just. Minus 3x square minus 2x, इसको plus कर दो, minus 3x square plus 2x plus 6. Minus sign is there, minus 3. A in the place of a, negative sign is there. Means the graph will be downward. If it is plus, it will be upward. Okay. So this concept can be understood in a funny way. This concept can be understood in a funny way, that is smiley. Smiley game. That is emoji game. Emoji, you are very familiar with emoji. Now let us draw some emojis. Suppose one, this is another emoji. Two emojis I will draw, and from that you will understand that how the upward and downward parabola can be understood. So let the eyes are here. Let the eyes are here. But from the shape of the mouth we can understand. Sometimes the shape of the mouth is here like this. Sometimes you become depressed. Sometimes you become depressed, and face shape changes to this one. Face shape changes to this one. So how can you predict? When you are positive, thoughts are there in your mind. Your mind is truly positive. Good things are going on. Then you will smile. That becomes upward parabola. That becomes upward parabola. Clear? But when you are sad, negative things are going on in your mind, then you become sad, and your A is negative, and the graph changes to downward parabola. देखो ये हो गया डाउनवर्ड, नीचे आ गया, ये हो गया अपवर्ड, ऊपर चल रहा है. Simple. Clear? So this is upward parabola, this is downward parabola. From this matter, interesting thing which will create interest in you to understand how A is positive and it is upward, how is negative, it is downward. Clear? Very simple thing. I hope you have enjoyed this one. So these are the different types of graph. So let us extend to the degrees. Suppose the graph will be like this. From the exercise you can observe different other graphs are there, not fixed to quadratic. It may be cubic, it may be biquadratic, maybe 5 degree, 20. So let us find out the number of zeros. So as you all are very smart, you can find out the number of zeros. In the first exercise, certain types of figures are there like this. Certain figures are there. So, okay, I have just drawn in haphazardly. So in the first one, the only one method is count the number of points of intersection. Count the number of points of intersection. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 real zeros. I am talking about only real numbers, not imaginary part I am talking. Only real numbers. How many? 1, 2. 2 real zeros. I will explain it again. How many points of intersection? 1. X-axis only. That is 1 real zero. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 real zeros. Clear? 6 real zeros. 4, 2, 1, 6. But here you can see it is quadratic part. This is a parabola. So parabola, it means 2 zeros. Here another intersection means this will be 3. But why have I taken 2? The basic concept is whenever a graph touches an axis, let it be 1, let it be 2, let it be 3. So the point is 2. It means x का value 2 है, but ये तो quadratic part है ना, तो quadratic है ना, there must be two zeros. It means the zeros are represented as alpha and beta. Later I will say the two values of x are represented as alpha and beta. Here alpha is also 2, beta is also 2. Both are same. When the values of x are same, then the graph touches the x-axis at a point. So here the point is 2, it is so alpha is 2, beta is 2. If the graph touches at -2, so alpha is -2, beta is also -2. Both are same. Both are same thing. So as both are same, I am considering it as 1. As both are same, I am considering it as 1. तो इसका जनरल एक्सप्रेशन कैसा होगा ना, x minus a whole square. Whenever it touches this one, whenever it touches this one, then the expression changes to x minus a whole square. X minus a whole square. So whole square means two equal zeros. Square means two equal zeros will come. So both the equal zeros are taken as 1. Clear? So it is termed as 1 point. In the previous one, I have taken only 1. That is 1. Originally there are two zeros, but they are same. As both are same, I have taken it as 1. Clear? So 1 and 2. Two real zeros are come. Clear? I hope you have understood the different types of graphs, different types of zeros, and of the different types of polynomials. In the next part, I will cover the relationship among the zeros and the coefficients. So up to that time, thank you for watching.